Okay, once we've straightened out all the key combs, what we're going to do is install the key bushings. You'll notice on the key bushings there's a top and there's a bottom. The bottom of the key bushing has a thinner wing. The top has a thicker wing. You want to put the thicker of the two wings on top. And just slide them right on. Now these are covered in silicone, so they're slippery. And once you have all your key bushings on, then we'll start putting our keys back on. Okay, we're starting to put the keys back in now, and we'll put them in one at a time. This key right here, as you can see, it's still standing up with the new bushing even in. If this is the case, what you want to do is, some of these keys might need adjusting. So what you do is you take a flathead screwdriver, and you can see the metal casing that holds the key together around the Pratt & Reed bushing. You just want to get in there, just spread that apart a little bit. There. Now it's fine. It's falling on its own volition. So we'll keep going and we'll move on. If we come into that problem again, we'll do it one more time for you. Okay, now we're going to put the springs back onto the keys and the key bed. So what you want to do is take the spring, and there's a little hole underneath the key bed that we're going to clip the one side of the spring on that has an open ending. It's a little bit difficult because of the positioning of it. And then what you do is you want to get it, you want to feed it to the top prong under the key. Again, blue springs are for the sharps. And then pull up with our tool and clip it right above the little prong that sticks out the back of the key. So let's do another one. You want to use the tool as your leverage. And do the last one. Now we have a completed, brand new feeling quiet keys. Okay, now on the other side we're going to have to deal with the contacts. And this little actuator here goes onto the bottom of each key. Now you put these all back on, and once they're all on, you're going to want to make sure that your key contacts are set up in the proper position so they're not misfiring when you play. You want to look at them in relation to the bus bar. How are they bent? You want to make sure you're hearing that click and they're making good contact. And when you're done, you can spray it with like deoxit, the bus bar. But again, you don't want to bend them on any hard angles, but you want to make sure that the contacts are in the correct position for striking the bus bar. And when you put the keyboard back on, you'll know if you're in the right position just by the way the keys play. You want to do some rapid fire repeat notes and see if they play well. If you miss notes or you get double notes happening, you'll know they're not set up right, and you'll have to go back in and readjust. Okay, you can see in here the contacts that hit the bus bar. If you ever have to go in here, you flip your Prophet V up on its end, and you can go in and you can make adjustments to the contacts, either with your fingers or a small tool, to make sure that they are hitting the bus bar at the proper place and time, and also that they're releasing properly. You want to kind of take a look at all your contacts and make sure they're all aligned with each other, so that by hitting a G, it's not going to trigger before hitting the A next to it, and vice versa. You want to make sure that they're all evenly spaced and that they have the correct key dip, so to speak, the travel time, the amount of time it takes to hit the key and then for the contact to hit that bus bar. So take a look, go over all your contacts, and make any adjustments necessary. Under the key bed, when you lift your Prophet V up and you have it open like this, you can see inside to the key bushings. You can see the bushing and the key. Now the space between this metal cover of the key bushing, so to speak, or a clamp, is determines on how tight the key is side to side. If it's too tight, it could cause the key to not return. If it's too loose, you'll get sloppy feeling back and forth. So what you can do is you can go in there with pliers and you could squeeze that a little bit tighter to tighten up that side to side feel. And if it's too tight, you would go in there with a screwdriver and just pry it apart, flathead, and just pry it side to side. And do this with all your keys. Go over and feel them. Are they returning properly, or are they too sloppy? In either case, you can make adjustments this way.